3rd. We're going to go over Wyckoff Wave components and also a few stocks we have positions in or looking at. So in front of us is the Wyckoff Wave. You can see here we came off of oversold reading on Friday, and we did have 4 days of sell-off. We thought that would bring us back into the trading range, but instead the oversold reading did get us a quick 4 days up here. And we do have the technometer back to 48, which is really the levels that have tried to check this rally before. So we could slow up here. The OP hit a new low also on Friday. Horrible underperformance. Bounced a little bit the last few days. So you can see here we do have this dashed overbought line that could stop us here, or also a little bit higher. We'd have the recent short-term uptrend line. So we still think things here will probably slow up a little bit and see some type of sideways or pullback. Here's the Wyckoff Wave Growth Index. You can see here we had thought Friday that it was coming into overbought and probably we would see some more downside, and even with the strength in the wave and the Dow Jones, etc., this market has continued to really underperform. So it still looks a little bit lower here, I would think. We've been short the WWG, and we have been saying to hold shorts. TLT, another market that we've been short, saying to stay short. It has been, as you can see here on the technometer, we've had extreme oversold readings, but that'll happen when a move kicks off. So up here we had it marked where we had a higher opening testing this high closing week. That's when we said we thought a downtrend could start, and we would expect some type of bounce here, but as I said, when a market kicks off, you don't want to just buy an oversold reading. So you're getting a taste of that today. So we're down here to previous support. Maybe we could spring this, but we're still short looking for lower prices. Let's go through some of the components. Some of these have changed a little bit. Boeing has showed much more strength than what we expected. So we have been calling this what we thought was some type of distribution, but now we've had what possibly could end up turning into a jump. We'd want to see how a pullback looks if the wave does pull back here. But Boeing definitely coming alive to the upside. Luckily, we did not put any shorts on there. Bank of America, one we've talked about being long, and we are still long. We just came off yesterday, extremely oversold reading, down here at the lower right. We are long a couple different areas here where we bought. We bought when we took out the downtrend line, showed some strength here, and then we bought here when the technometer came back oversold. It looked like we had a little bit of correction. So we have came back and sprung these levels here, tested the 50%. So we still like the way Bank of America looks here. Bristol Myers. We had shown here that the OP had went to new highs. Price hadn't, so that was a divergence. And now you've had price now extending to new highs, why the OP hasn't, which can be a double divergence from our unleashed course. And now we're back here. We did show an overbought, then we had an oversold reading, and now we're back to overbought here, coming into overbought. So we would think this market probably is going to slow up. Bristol Myers will try the downside. Caterpillar as well was kind of like Boeing, showed some strength that wasn't expected. We were showing this as a fall through and a backup. Now we're probably looking more that this is a more important spring with a test here. And all we've done now is came back into the middle of the trading range, so we want to see a lot more action here. But for now, really, not much to add to Caterpillar. We was short that at lower levels, had a close stop, and got taken out for a small loss. Ford, nothing to add there. Down at the bottom of its range. Not acting very well. Came off of oversold, but looks like just trading action between 9 and 10. So nothing there. General Electric, we thought maybe accumulation was taking place. And then the stock did show some weakness last week. We were long, took small losses up in here in this area. You had the news that they threw out their CEO, had this spike up, pulled back a little bit off the news, maybe that it's not all good. Technometer did come down to oversold down here, but now we're back to neutral, so I'm gonna have to stand back and watch General Electric trade for a little bit to try to find a new entry point. IBM, that also was a stock that we were short back down here at these levels, and we did get stopped out on the move through the 150. Now we're at 153.50. We're at overbought, so I really think IBM probably is still one that could be sold. It just came back in the middle of its trading range, and I still don't like the action. I feel like it's been backed up by the strength in the Dow and the S&P and the Wyckoff wave, but definitely underperforming. So I look for that one still to be short. AT&T, once again, one we talked about being long. It's sitting here really at the top of its recent range. I think it will get through there. It's coming in to overbought again, which stopped it before. So, I'd rather buy maybe a pullback to the 33 level again, where this uptrend line is, and also some previous support. But that is one that I think works higher. Union Pacific, we've talked about being strong, headed higher. It continues to work higher and staying in its uptrend. So it came off somewhat oversold again, a dollar lower, but still holding gains, acting pretty well. Walmart, we talked about also working higher. The 1-year chart. It gave up a couple shorter term uptrends that we had, coming back to the major one. We did get oversold 3 days ago. Anxious to watch this one in the next day or two to see maybe that we're just springing this support level here and possibly testing it today and could work higher. So that one you might want to have on your radar screens. ExxonMobil. We showed a trading range here that has sprung and tested. We are oversold again. This one obviously is following crude oil prices higher. So might be interesting on a pullback if we could get a sell-off here in the wave, get something back down here to the 84 level. I'd be more interested in looking at that. But it did get oversold here. So trend is probably higher. I mean, the OP is not following the rally. So I'm a little suspect of it, would rather buy the next pullback. Dow DuPont. We had an apex here, but it's had quite a bit of weakness came in last week. I'm showing really just a downtrend now. And not an area, I don't think you want to have any money here. Chart's kind of hard to read. And we're going to give us some time to trade. Now let's go into a few of the ones that we talk about. Regeneron, we do have a position on. We are long for pro traders. Trying to hold an uptrend. It did come off of overbought 4 days ago, which we were a little bit worried about, but we stayed long. Our stop is held thus far. So a move back above this 410 level would be bullish. Otherwise, we're probably going to get stopped out with small losses. Cheesecake Factory, we're short. Small profits in it. Looks a little bit heavy to us. We're at overbought readings over here on the technometer coming into overbought. So we still think this one will try to work lower. We're short that for pro traders as well. Now let's go Tractor Supply, one that we still like on the long side. It's still in a nice uptrend channel, coming off of oversold. So this one probably a little bit more reaccumulation and then higher. Twilio, another longer term one that we've liked, showing a longer term uptrend with still higher objectives. It did reach the first one, coming down to oversold. So this one as well could be one to watch to flex its muscle to the upside again. Wingstop, we had a double in, took the profit. It's really been in a trading range. We had mentioned here, overbought technometer could stop the rally, and it did, up there at 69. And since then, once again, some of these strong stocks look like they're trying to do reaccumulation before another swings higher. Gold miners, juniors. This chart we think looks interesting here. This action down here at the bottom. Let's go back. We've showed a couple of readings of oversold, and price is holding while the OP continues to make lower lows. So we think the gold market is probably trying to put a base in here and could work higher. And then UUP, US dollar, long. This is one we've had two short sells in. We're catching a little bit of heat now. We're kind of back to break even on both positions. On our last sell, we've got small losses. Technometer is neutral. We think probably this is still just in a trading range here, and we'll head lower and try more down here at the $24 level. So we still like that short. That's all for now, I think. We'll catch you again with a little bit more action in the future. Thank you. Good trading.